So he wrote, the will which he wrote, by the way, we are coming back to this place, that's called the Southern Steps. The will which he wrote when the state, not if, when the state of the Jews will be born, only then bring my remains to be buried here. And so we did in August of 1949. Okay, so that's kind of in a nutshell. Man, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, take whatever you need, but remember we still meet the car again, so not to worry. Let's go when the bus will stop. Thank you.
Tell him to go to the New York State.
The Levi and the priest will wait for them on the semicircle stairs. Then, you remember then? They will take it further inward, right here, and the offering will be done here. Offering, come from this side. Offering will be done here. And do you remember the two pillars I showed you in Capernaum? Boaz and Yachin? Those are the two pillars, and inside where you see the veil, the veil was torn apart, remember, on the event of his crucifixion. Through this veil, okay, it's not open, there is the room we call the Holy of Holies. Remember that? Inside the Holy of Holies, the menorah. In the first temple there was the Ark of the Covenant, but not in the second temple. In the second temple there is no Ark of the Covenant, but there is the table of the showbread and there is the menorah. Remember menorah? Yeah. The same menorah we are lighting today to remind us that we clean the temple. Remember the Feast of Hanukkah? Remember what the Greeks did here? Defiling the temple, putting idols in the temple. Remember that? Are we all good?
It's important to know that this is not Solomon's temple. Okay, this is the second temple. Okay, temple that is built by Zerubbabel, and then King Herod actually built it up, render, right?
تفضل تفضل.
Ladies and gentlemen, who is the last? So, where are we now? Where are we now? We're in the Temple Mount. So we are in the Gentile Courtyard. Gentile Courtyard. Meaning if you came with Jesus here, you'll be in a place where everybody can. Everybody, the Jews and the non-Jews. Why? Beautiful building. Don't you want to visit the Taj Mahal? You go to India? Of course you do. Everybody would like to come. And then I'll show you that only the Jews could go to a certain area. Meaning then there's going to be a restriction that only the Jews could go. But this is for everyone. Now can you imagine the place is overpacked, a lot of people, and if somebody is doing something here, wow. Everybody, all the camera, CNN, everything, NBC, BBC. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? That it really attracts a lot of people. Where are we standing had became with Solomon time. King Solomon, remember, about 900 years prior to Jesus, the temple is in the same location, but it's atop of a hill. Remember we called the hill Mount Mora?
Yeah.
You're on a slope of a hill. People, the mountain is there, but you are here. What Herod did later, he understood that it's too small. He needs to build a big plaza, so you can accommodate so many people. Why? Because imagine to yourself you are there, and your friend is here, and your wife is not comfortable. So what King Herod did, don't forget the difference between Herod and King Solomon. By the way, the first temple destroyed by the Babylonian man, where the Jews are deported into Babylon, remember? You all remember there was a group of singers that sang a song?
Yes.
On the rivers of people don't sing. What happened then to the Jews? They got permission. Who gave them the permission to return? The Persian Empire gave them permission to return. Who returned? The rich or the poor?
Whoa.
We have a number in the book of Nehemiah, a little bit over 42,000. Because those people who already drove Lexus or Tesla and they had iPhone 14, they don't want to come because they are prospering. The poor people came. What's the first thing they did? They built the walls. Very good. Because you need to think about safety. So 52 days it took them. Then they built the temple, recreating, but it was small. Then comes Herod and he said, I have an idea. The Jews said, what do you mean you have an idea? You're not even a Jew. That's my words. Orange, come. Look at this. So, change position. You're here, and you move here. Thank you, sir. That will do your color. I like the way you dress. Now listen to this, people. Imagine to yourself, this is the old temple. Raise your hand, please. Thank you. Now comes Herod, and that's what he says. I'm going to build the new wall. Raise your hand, please. And when you will approve that this is okay, then I'm destroying this. You understand? He built the new wall a bit outside, so you can guarantee that he did well. And only when you say that this is okay, the new is okay, sorry, we destroyed the old one. Understand? And not only that, he said, thank you so much. I'm going to hire 1,000 junior priests, so they will supervise what I do. Come. And everybody will be paid. No slavery, all will be paid. It took him over 12 years to do the project. According to Josephus, about 10,000 people worked here daily. Not on Shabbat, but 10,000. What he had to do, he had to push dirt from there all the way here to create this huge. What happened to the dirt? It will all wash. Therefore, I need to build a huge retaining wall to retain the dirt. So the southern wall and the western wall, the original function is to be retaining wall. People be with me, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you don't do it, what will happen? The first rain, the first earthquake, everything gone. You need to build a huge retaining wall. We are going to see both. The west and the south. At the time of King Herod, I will show you where was the entrance. Because the entrance was from an underground tunnel. We are going to be standing there later, and there is an underground tunnel that takes you to the top of the platform, and then you can go and worship. Okay? But there is a question. Look around you. What can we see? Almost nothing, except on the top of some of the skulls. That's all. That is the only thing I can show you. Unfortunately, we are not allowed to dig. If we are allowed to dig, maybe we will find something. But as of what I can show you, almost nothing, except at the top of the skull. We know what happened after Herod time. Roman destroyed the temple. The place was in destruction. Years. Then who came? The Muslims. 7th century, the year is 638 AD. The Muslim army is marching to Jerusalem under a man by the name of Omar, the emperor. He met a Jew. And he said to this Jewish person, can you please show me the place where you guys believe that Abraham was about to offer his? Thank you. His son, Isaac. The Jewish man took him somewhere else. The place was all, remember, in destruction. Remember that? And then he said to him, this is the rock. The Jewish man told Omar. And what did Omar did? He ordered to clean the whole area, and on the top of that rock to build a dome. And this is why the name of the place, the Dome of the Rock. Mar was a smart man. He is going to offer the Muslim an alternative. Remember the story of the Jewish split of the kingdom? Now you have Dan and Bethel. Omar learned. He said, wait a minute, guy. Every time you're going to go to Mecca, you're going to pay tax to Mecca. I'm going to give you an alternative. I'm going to build a place here that you can worship. You can worship our prophet, meaning Muhammad. Hello, but you have to adapt a story. What do you mean you're going to worship? Muhammad was never here. Wait a minute. In the Quran it is written. In the Quran chapter 17, it's written, one night Muhammad had a horse. The horse had wings. Thank you. And he flew with the horse to a holy place so far from Mecca. Muhammad said, holy place? I'll tell you. I can tell you. Here. That is the holy place. And therefore he ordered to build this, which is called the Al-Aqsa, meaning the end of the night journey of Muhammad, and the Dome of the Rock, adapting the story of the night journey of me. Never mentioned. Mentioned the holy, never mentioned Jerusalem. But Jerusalem is already a known city. Well, he had to adapt the story. Understand? Now it's important to Muslim, the end of the journey and the ascension of Muhammad. Are you okay? But be with me. Two very holy places to the Muslim. In the whole Muslim world, 3 out of 5 in this country. 3 out of 5. What do you understand? What is your conclusion? Every time there is a war, it's a holy war. Why? 3 out of the 5 are. You understand? Don't have to agree, but you understand. Al-Aqsa, meaning the end of Muhammad's night journey. It's okay. And this is in Arabic called Quba'at al-Sakhra, meaning the Dome of the Rock. Christians, actually the Christian army is marching here. They are conquering Jerusalem, July 1099. And they see 2 beautiful buildings. Destroy? Why? We are going to adopt another story. So they removed the moon from there. They put a cross. And a cross. Cross. Look at me. You don't see cross anymore. And they call this one over them, they call Templarium Adonis, meaning the temple of God. And this one they call Templarium Salomonis, the temple of Solomon. The temple of God makes sense, right? And the temple of Solomon. Came the Muslim in 1187. What did they do? They moved the crosses. That's all. The buildings are still standing. All good? Pretty much since the days of Saladin, it is under Muslim. Since the days of Saladin, 1187, with all different names, doesn't matter, it's under the hand of the Muslim. Because after them will come the Mameluke, and then come the Ottoman Empire, the Turks, which are Muslim, okay? Of course, the British are taking over, but they're not interfere. And then it was part of Jordan. After 1948, it was part of Jordan. And the grandfather of King Hussein, meaning the great-grandfather of the king of today, his name was Abdullah I. He, on one Friday, on his way out, was assassinated by a Muslim. King Hussein that was joined him, he was his grandfather. He was shot too. They shot him and killed him. They also injured Hussein, but he was wearing a medal at the time, and the bullet came to the medal, did not injure him, but he was okay. So the great grandfather of the king of Jordan today was assassinated. Where? On his way out after praying here on a Friday. Okay, 1951 July, if I remember. The state of Israel took it over in the 6-day war. Yeah? But we decided status quo. Meaning we are not going to change. Let the Muslim pray. We are praying. All is good. And when time will come, who knows what will happen. So we as a state made a decision not to change, not to turn it to be something else. Every Muslim in the world can come and worship here. I can tell you that for sure. You know, when I was in Singapore, I wanted to go to Malaysia. I wanted to go like you go, right? So I came there and he said to me, what kind of passport you have? I said, Israeli. No, you can't go. we allow Malay, listen to this, Muslim Malay to come here. We had allowed a few years ago a group from Libya, no relationship between Israel to Libya, to come and pray in here. We really believe that it should be a place for worship and to pray for everyone who wants, but in good intention. All good? You're a Muslim. You're Muslim? Not yet. Okay. انت من قدس يعني؟ ايوه تدرسي اليوم؟ تدرسي يعني درس هون بس يعني المكتب. ايوه. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we used to be able to come until September 2000. Since then, unfortunately, things have changed. But you can take a look through. We can't go closer. Just take a look and see. People, it's a huge mosque. It is a huge mosque. And under, there is another mosque. Under, there is another mosque. Where is the just taking Now, I want to share this much with you, my friends. Here, we can't show any what's the word? Any sign of affection. Meaning, men, women cannot hold hand. If you take a picture, can't hug. You know, look down there. You can see another mosque, right there. Can you see? Of course, absolutely. But when we will be standing in the southern steps, and I will tell you about how people used to come to the temple from an underground tunnel. You see one of them. Remember, underground. You will walk from the southern steps all the way until you reach here. So underground. Today, there is a mosque. You can see. Always, as we say, the Arabic word for it, sabil. Sabil, that's the Arabic word. Every mosque in the world, regardless where you are, there's always going to be a place that you can wash hands and feet. So when you go in, you are clean. Remember, you are ready for the work of God. Okay? So there is a sabil. Sabil. Opposite us, look at the arches. Can you see the arches? In the day of judgment, the prophets will come and judge the people. They will judge. If you did good or if you did bad, they believe in also heaven. They have different names, and they will judge them there, and therefore the name of those arches, it's called the arches of the judgment of the prophet. In Arabic, Kanatir el-Mawazin. That's Arabic. If you look carefully, there is a sundial right there. Can you see? Right there at the top. Sundial. Sundial. Where is our photographer? Where she disappeared? She left us already? Oh, she's there. Okay. We can do a whole one group picture, but we're not holding hands. Is that okay? You want to do a whole group picture? Let's do it there first, and then do your individual, and then we'll meet over there. So let's do a group picture.